I like the way you did that. Harav. Mishaberach Avatenu Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et Harav Hananya David ben Mazal Tov Shala Hayom Lichvod HaMakom Lichvod HaTorah Kadosh Baruch Hu Yishmor Tov et Kol Mishpachto Yishlach Bracha v'Atzlacha B'chol Maaseh Yadav Im Kol Yisrael Echad V'Nomar Amen. So as Ben was up here for this aliyah, I was thinking back to when he came to my office a few years back when he was finishing school at UC San Diego. And he said, Rabbi Camras, I'm thinking of going to rabbinical school. And I said...
More or less.
And I said under my breath... Yes, exactly. Are you sure, Ben? Are you certain, Ben? Is this really what you want to do? And after he convinced me of why he wanted to do it and how he wanted to do it and whatnot, I said, yes, I will be happy to write you that letter of recommendation. And that had nothing to do with Ben getting into rabbinical school at all. In fact, they called in question my letter of recommendation. But thank God that Ben chose the path that he chose, and how excited I know that he is and his family is, and of course we all are, because we are Ben's family. As you all know, Ben grew up in this congregation and spent many, many years working in many capacities, particularly in our religious school and our ECE program and whatnot, and it really gives all of us great pride that Ben is moving from here on to his first pulpit in San Antonio. I don't know how many of you had a chance to read this past week's Parsha HaShavua of the former chief rabbi of England, Jonathan Sacks. Did any of you get a chance to see his beautiful Devar Torah, where he talked about naso and the meanings of naso, and that naso literally means to lift up one's head, and why is it all the words that you can use to count in Hebrew, why do they use the word naso as counting? And because he said the way that God counts is that God lifts up the head of each individual, that you are not just a number, that we are a face to that number. And I think that's really one of the qualities that Ben exhibits, that when Ben looks at you and Ben has a relationship with you, Ben sees you not as just a number, but as an individual, with that face and that personality and that soul. And I think that's what's going to make Ben so successful in his rabbinate, because the congregation, the congregants who have the opportunity to learn from Ben will know that Ben sees each one of them as individuals, and Ben will lift up their heads and make them feel significant and special. And that really is a wonderful gift that you have, Ben. And so we hope you go from strength to strength and make yourself, your family, and this community proud of all of your soon-to-be accomplishments. This is a little token of, it's a gift. Yes, thank you. It's a gift. And for those of you who will not have a chance to see it, there's a new book that just came out by one of our colleagues, Professor Rabbi Reuven Hammer. And he wrote a book on the life of Rabbi Akiva. And Rabbi Akiva's story is of legend, but Rabbi Akiva had, as we know, many, many students and changed the shape of Judaism, was really the father of rabbinic Judaism. And so we hope, as Ben reads this book, that he will also raise up many students and be the father of a Judaism for his congregants and for his community that in many ways reflects the rabbinate of Rabbi Akiva. Admeya ve'esrim to success, and as I said, may you go from strength to strength, and we will miss you, so come back often and visit us.
Yeah. Israel. Yisrael, Yehei lanu, U'echol Yisrael.
Yeah.
Great. So, because he gave me a few minutes, being a rabbi, I feel like I should take it. Teach a little Torah, just a little bit. So the Torah portion this week, as we haven't gotten to yet, talks about the priestly blessing. And there's this beautiful priestly blessing that we heard in the Amidah. And the rabbis are curious about blessings. There's a whole set of Talmud called brachot, blessings, because they're really interested in what blessings are and what they can be. And there's a wonderful story told in Ta'anit. They're talking about these two rabbis who are very close, Rav Nachman and Rav Yitzchak, and they have to go. The one has to part from the other at some point. And so he asks his friend if he will bless him. And it's Rav Nachman asks, Rav Yitzchak, will you bless me? And he says, sure. And he goes to bless him, and he doesn't know what to say. And he thinks, and he stops, and he says, this is just like a parable that I know. Because the rabbis like parables, so he tells a parable, and he says, there was once a man who was walking in the desert, and the sun was out, and it was very, very hot. And the man was getting thirsty, and he was getting hungry, and he was very hot, and he was going to die probably very soon, because there was no sustenance, there was nothing around. And he came to a certain point, and he saw a tree. And this tree had fruit on it, and there was a beautiful stream of water underneath it, and it had a big canopy of shade. And so he went underneath the tree, and he ate some fruit, and he drank some water, and he took a nap. And after he had done this, at some point, he decided he needed to go. The sun had gone down, and he needed to continue traveling, and so he was going to leave. But before he left, he wanted to bless the tree. And he went to bless the tree, and he wasn't sure what to say. Because at first he said, I would bless you, tree, that you have beautiful fruit. But it's already a fact that you have beautiful fruit, and so that's not a blessing to make. And he said, I would bless you, tree, that maybe you would have a beautiful stream of water beneath you. But there's already a beautiful stream of water beneath you, so that won't do either. And he said, I would bless you, tree, that you would have beautiful shade to give people when they passed by. But you already have beautiful shade, so that also is not an appropriate blessing. So he said, what should I bless you with? And he said, you know what? I'll bless you that more trees be like you in the world, and that all the trees that come from you have that special quality that you have. And so Rav Yitzchak said to Rav Nachman, so too, I would bless you that you be a great Torah scholar. But guess what? You're already a great Torah scholar, so that's not going to do. And I would bless that you have a wonderful family. But it turns out you have a wonderful family, so that's not an appropriate blessing. So how can I bless you? I bless you that those who encounter you in the future and learn from you and are with you, that they grow from it and that they learn to have that special something that you have. And so now I say to you, my friends, my family, my community, really, I don't know how to bless you exactly. Because part of me wants to say, I wish that this was a place where they did amazing things and made people feel great. But it already is a place that makes people feel great. It has great schools. Its education program is great. I worked in the ECE forever. They're wonderful, warm faces. I would bless you that this place had exciting new programming, but it does. That it had warm people to say hello to when you walk into the shul, but it does. And so the one thing I can say is I part from you for a period of time. I'm not leaving forever. My family's still 20 minutes that way. So I'm hoping to be back soon and often. But what I can say is I bless you, Shomrei Torah Synagogue, that you continue to do that special thing that you do that makes people feel like they're getting something more than just shul or school, that they feel like they're making a real connection with others. So that's my blessing to you, and I'm excited to come back many, many times. And I just want to thank you all, really. I don't want to thank individuals because there are just too many people here. Every smile, every hello, every Shabbat Shalom, every hug, every kiss, every question as to how I'm doing, it meant the world to me. It means the world to me. And I can go off to somewhere like San Antonio that's completely different from here in a lot of ways because I have an amazing support system in this community. So thank you so much, all of you.